So in my contract, for example, I made sure to be really clear about important dates, about how the mentee would transmit any type of results to me. I also was really clear about how I would communicate with the students. So for example, when I would give them new tasks to do, when they can expect to have an answer from me if they had any issues. So I really think it's a great way to be really clear about expectations from both parties.
So one of the things that I included in the contract, which ended up being really useful, was a list of things that should be included in every lab notebook entry. And that really helped the mentee because she hadn't kept a formal lab notebook before, and it allowed her to have a template to work off of for recording what she did in lab. Another thing that we used in the research contract frequently at the beginning was our schedule of when we would check in with each other and how we would use each day of the week that she was present in the lab. So for example, we had decided that the first 10 minutes of our time in the lab would be spent as a check-in about what happened the previous lab day and what the explicit goals were for this lab day.
So I think it's very important to address how you're going to deal with conflicts in these types of mentoring contracts, because you've only met this student for an hour or two. You may not know them as a person, and conflicts arise. Science and research is stressful. Being an undergraduate at a high-powered university like Berkeley is stressful. Being a graduate student trying to publish primary research here is extremely stressful, and that sometimes doesn't bring out the best traits in everybody. So having some type of formal framework of how to deal with conflicts and personality issues that may arise, I think is very important.
I think it's really important to have a space and a language with which to talk to students about things that are outside the academic space. So I include a clause in my contracts called the BBB clause, which at any point my student can contact me and say, I would love to talk to you. Can I call in my BB or B, which is bubble tea or boba, burritos, or bowling. And often students don't take me up on it, but the ones that do, I think we have quite a good time talking about really whatever they want. And I also incorporate into my mentoring professional skills too. So I review resumes, I talk about applying for jobs, internships, and I'm willing to review those documents, because at the end of it, a student may decide they want to choose a life of the mind, but I think just as frequently they choose to do something completely different. And it's good for them to know that someone is there for them for that. And I actually commit to mentoring for life in their contract, and have kept in touch with, I'd say, the vast majority of the students that I have mentored or even who have just interviewed with me over the years.